So you're thinking about making a move here to Nashville, Tennessee, but you can't decide whether a townhome is right for you or a detached single-family home will fit your life a little bit better. Well, that is great because today we're going to talk townhome versus single-family home and which may be better for you. So if you live in Nashville or you visited recently, then you've likely seen the endless construction crews, the cranes everywhere, and new construction going up in every single direction you look, with a healthy mix of both townhomes and single-family homes. But which one is going to be best? Well, the decision on what type of home to buy can be tricky, and since you can't predict with exact certainty how long you will live in the home and what life changes your home may have to accommodate in the future. Couple those two factors with conflicts between your needs and present budget and what you may need a few years down the line makes things even more complicated. And honestly, as a buyer, you need to compare the advantages and disadvantages of both options. The biggest difference between the two that we're going to talk about are the structural differences, and those are pretty apparent. To fit the official definition for a townhome, the structure needs to be attached to another similarly designed home and sharing at least one common wall. In contrast, obviously, a detached single-family home does not have any shared walls and typically sit on their own tracts of land. And that's kind of going to move us into our first advantage of a detached single-family home over a townhome, and that is the fact that these homes typically are going to have a lot more square footage in the front and backyards, whereas with a townhome, you really don't have much of a front and backyard typically. Typically, you have far less square footage in both those areas when compared to a single-family home. So when you purchase a townhome, you sign up to live within a common interest development in which a standard set of rules typically governs the community. What that means for you is HOAs. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not the biggest fan of HOAs, but they do serve a purpose and provide a value. Typically, your HOA is going to enforce and oversee daily community operations, maintenance, trash removal, but they also have the authority to dictate just about everything else as well, from the color and style of your home to the breed and size of your family pet. So just be aware that oftentimes when looking at a townhome, you are going to have to agree to follow all of the HOA's covenants, conditions, and restrictions upon purchasing a home. So if you aren't the biggest fan of HOAs, then the single family route probably will be the better option for you. Oftentimes you will still encounter and have to navigate dealing with HOAs with single family homes. It really just depends on the development, but at least with a single family detached home, you can get away from an HOA if you really want to. The last thing we're going to talk about, folks, and probably the biggest one, is going to be the difference in cost. It may surprise you to know that purchasing a townhome is not necessarily going to be less expensive than purchasing a detached single-family home. This is because the owner typically must pay for things like monthly HOA fees. You could end up paying for additional assessments required to build the building itself. Any taxes associated with purchasing the real estate, you're going to have to absorb all of those costs, and there are a lot of costs involved in townhomes. However, generally, townhomes are going to be priced lower than a detached single-family home, even when they're a similar size and in a similar location. This is why townhomes, even with their additional costs, can make great starter homes or be a great fit for someone who has a limited budget, especially when we compare them to detached single-family homes. So honestly, folks, there are plenty of advantages to owning a townhome, and likewise there are plenty of advantages to owning a single-family home. Honestly, what we recommend is sitting down before you start the home shopping process, start really looking for a home, sit down and dedicate some time into digging into the pros and cons of each and how each of those may fit within your life and your family's life, and what your life may look like in the future, and again, how that home fits into that future. So folks, that is going to wrap up our video for the day. I hope this has given you a little bit of food for thought in regards to which home is right for you and your family. And remember folks, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a personalized Zoom call with us so that we can help you make a smooth move here to Nashville, Tennessee. Until next time, I hope to see you around town soon.